Hey guys, not even good morning. It's already good afternoon today. I took it easy here with Auto. It's really good. I wanted to tell you, man, if you don't have kids yet, a child brings so much life to the house. It's such a happiness, man. Having a child is, yeah, it's a lot of work too, but it's really good. That's my wife talking. Guys, that's it. We show up here like this. Hey, everyone, red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're just arriving, please follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe, turn on notifications, and like the video. We have lots of information for you. Flamengo can take advantage of a very important situation. Of course, we're sad that there's war in the world, conflict zones, but Flamengo can take advantage of it. Taking advantage of this to sign a striker, including Marcos Leonardo, okay? Leonardo Jardim, his namesake, likes the player. He's a highly rated player. Also by Flamengo's scout, by the football committee there at Flamengo, by the coaching staff, by the football department. So he's a player who could come back. We're going to explain everything to you. We also have other information to share. Mocking the crying gesture. And we have Gustavo Machado's lip reading, bringing the crying of the toothless guy, the crying of Barboza, the man who lost his teeth. Botafogo didn't just barely lose yesterday, they were crushed 3-0. For me, 3 goals is a thrashing, and that's exactly what happened. He was punched by Flamengo's defender, but that was a while ago in another game. He took a punch, lost a tooth, and although I'm against violence, the nickname stuck. The tooth fairy came, took it, and he ended up being called Toothless. What can you do? So, since he's a crybaby and keeps complaining, saying everything is rigged, right? That the referee is favoring Flamengo, he almost broke Pedro's leg. I showed my wife the tackle he made on Pedro's leg. Yesterday, if he had hit him straight on, he would have fractured Pedro's leg. And the guy has the nerve to cry, man. He has the nerve to cry. So honestly, right? I think it's a disgrace, okay? A guy who needs to justify a defeat, a bad moment, instead of complaining about the guy who, as the Botafogo fans say, got rid of the whole Botafogo team, John Textor. He wants to complain about the refereeing and complain that Flamengo was favored. Yeah. And we're going to talk here about some important topics. Flamengo making a point to post that the coach doesn't like division, doesn't like to create division in the squad, that he likes to have a starting lineup. So I'm going to talk to you all here. I want to talk about all of this. I see a lot of people talking, oh, but his work is already much better than Felipe Luiz's. Oh, because replacing Felipe Luiz was the best thing. So I'm going to talk to you all here, and I'm going to have a very proper attitude, as we all should, to thank Felipe Luiz for his work. Why? Even with mistakes like not having a starting lineup and more, for someone to take over this Flamengo team, 3 straight wins, right? That's 5 goals scored, 0 goals conceded, 5 goals scored. 3 games without losing. It's not 3 wins, right? There was a draw. It's just considered a win because they became champions against Fluminense on penalties. But it's 3 games without losing. 1 draw, 2 wins, 5 goals for, no goals conceded, and a title. So those numbers he has are really very good, but why does he have them? Because if he had taken over a team full of problems, a problematic squad, a team that needed to fix a lot of things, it would have taken a while to get going. There may have been a win or two, nothing convincing, but it would have taken time. The adjustment was fine-tuning. When we talk about fine-tuning, it was details that needed to be fixed. So Felipe Luiz's work was spectacular. It was an 8-title tenure. It was truly spectacular. The coach came in and made an adjustment. The players are saying this, that he improved on what Felipe was already doing. It was already very good work by Felipe, so let's not criticize Felipe Luiz, okay? He criticized something that do you agree with what I'm saying? The situation was resolved so quickly. The work was good overall, though some details weren't great, and he was stubborn about certain things. We had a few specific criticisms, but generally, it was really good. So there's no reason to attack Felipe Luiz's good work. Just so you can praise a job that is excellent, spectacular. Apparently, it's just starting. but it seems like it's going to be a great job by Leonardo Jardim. And we get our hopes up, like my wife is saying, we get our hopes up, but we know that anything can happen in soccer. Honestly, I think it's going to work out, okay? I like the guy's style. He has a style very similar to Jorge Jesus, the way he motivates his group, right? Obviously, he plays a little differently from JJ, but please, guys, don't do this to Felipe Luis. He's a guy who had a beautiful history at Flamengo and doesn't deserve to be attacked like I'm seeing some people do. Look at that. Do you see the mess it was? No, it wasn't. If it had been a mess, for sure, the person wouldn't have won anything, and the person who arrived wouldn't have been able to fix it quickly either. When it's solved quickly, I get that feeling, fine-tuning. You know when you get that TV that needs a little adjustment, the picture isn't perfect, but it's good, just not perfect? Then you just make a small fine-tuning adjustment and the picture becomes perfect. That's it. Flamengo didn't have much to fix, but there was something. Just a few. For example, the system didn't favor Pedro, the system didn't favor Samuelino, and we're already seeing results. Then there's the tactical aspect and the physical aspect. The players are starting to get into rhythm. Flamengo won everything, the players got comfortable, they relaxed, had their vacation and all, then they come back. Now, they're getting into rhythm. Arrascaeta is getting into rhythm. Paqueta just arrived and is getting into rhythm. So all of that comes together. And there's also the physical part. They're starting to get into an important moment, right when the guy starts working. So these are small adjustments that we can value, yes, but we have to respect the previous work, the history that the previous coach had. Shall we see what he said here that I thought was important?
I don't like division. When we have two teams, we're dividing the squad. I'm not the kind of coach who divides the squad. I'm more of a coach who unifies the squad. This means that today, 3 players who didn't play in the last game played today. In the previous game, I also changed 3 players. It's not about just switching, because the foundation of a team is always...
Not changing the players too much. Look, not changing the team all the time. He made it clear he dislikes frequently changing the team. That was a mistake. It's a fine adjustment he's making. To change the team less, to have a core, to have a starting lineup.
It's solidity in terms of processes, and then changing that also sometimes creates difficulties.
It's solidity in terms of position. Is that because you need to have chemistry for the position he likes for each player to work? If you keep changing, you won't know. One doesn't know where the other is.
For sure, anyone can come in and do well because they have quality, because we have 2 options for each position. We have quality players. When they come in, they're also able to effectively implement the team's collective ideas, both in defensive principles and in offensive principles. Offensives. I'm more of an advocate for unifying the group, and for sure we can make changes. Today, when Leo went out, Vitão came in, Alan went out, Ayrton came in, and these kinds of situations will happen more often in the future. Some of the players who play more will play less. Someone else will come in, because we need the whole squad for the season. But I don't like to aim for an A team or a B team. I don't like to go down that path.
So, we even thought he might do something like what Dorival did, having an A team and a B team, a team for the Cups and a team for the Brasileirão. No, that's not going to happen. Jardim made it clear. Can I say something to you all? Really smart, right, man? Really smart. It's really good to have such a smart and energetic guy on the sidelines who complains about a back pass and everything else. Right? So we see the fans out there praising, people joking around. I can feel his touch. And people saying the title he has is from Felipe Luis. Also. I'm totally in favor of saying that Felipe's work was extremely important. I'm telling you all this here. The work was extremely important. Now look at this. We had Flamengo posting a provocation to Botafogo that has to do with a trend, a song that the fans used to sing in the stands, and not many people noticed that, these provocations that Flamengo posted. The first provocation that Flamengo made was this one. Look. Su casa es mi casa. Flamengo posted su casa es mi casa. Okay? Making fun. Your house is my house. Why? The reason is the total dominance of the red and black at the Engenhão Stadium. Since 2019, Flamengo has won 10 of the last 11 matches against Botafogo at the stadium, including recent thrashings like 3-0 in 2026 now. In 2025, also 3-0 Flamengo beating them in their own home. Su casa mi casa. So it's not theirs, it's ours, right? Next station, Botafogo. Disembarque. Man, you have to roast them, man. Botafogo is a neighborhood. It's a neighborhood. Botafogo is a neighborhood.
É.
What did you say? Which Botafogo? Was the team great? They don't even have a Club World Cup, Bailey. They only got the Libertadores now. For God's sake. It's the greatest pride. They lost the final to Flamengo, 3-0. 3-0, they made it to the final. Just so you know, in 92 in the 90s, Botafogo was flying. Botafogo won a title in 95, but in 92, Botafogo went up against Flamengo with a great team. People used to say that Botafogo was the dream team, the team of dreams. Then they went to play against Flamengo and lost 3-0. 3-0, it was a big game. Renato Gaucho was playing for Botafogo, and he got nutmegged by Junior, the one they called Capacete. He was already at the end of his career. Man, Junior was an amazing player. Man, he was spectacular, guys. Returning to veterinary school is better. My wife thinks that Botafogo had Garrincha and Newton Santos. Botafogo had Garrincha and Newton Santos. No, the player, Newton Santos. That's why the stadium is called Newton Santos. That's it. I'm saying Botafogo. Botafogo's greatest glory, they say, was having great players, titles. None of, how do you say it? None at all. Yeah, that's right. So, look, guys, Flamengo won 10 out of the last 11 games at Engenhão. Botafogo only won 1. And they want to mess with us. So, Flamengo made fun of them, right? And there was even more teasing with the song that Flamengo's fans were singing. Check out the song Flamengo posted. Check out the song. Check it out. It's time to smile, smile. Smile a lot because Botafogo and the champion is the Urubu. That was a song Flamengo's fans used to sing. Ah, smile, smile, smile. It's time to smile, smile. Flamengo posted the song Smile, making fun of Botafogo too. There was a lot of teasing, right? And we had Pedro, Flamengo's players, talking about this moment of unity. Leo Pereira talking about the free kick goal he scored. Take a look. He's been watching a lot of Zico videos. There you go. Come on, one more. Cool, right, Theo? Nice. Samuel recovering there. Look, the whole team, look. Look, Pedro is talking about the team. That's really important, right? The whole team, right? Look, they're going there to thank the fans who also out-cheered Botafogo's. And seeing the team's unity is really important. The players talking about this unity, right? Pedro saying it's important for the team, right? The victory for the team, we see Flamengo evolving with Leonardo Jardim, okay? His positive start, the team also stood out for its defensive solidity. It's already 3 games without conceding a goal, and for its directness in attack, okay? Even without creating many clear chances, the team had 58% possession. In other words, they had possession of the ball. Did someone just arrive, honey? They had interesting possession, right? They left something there. They had interesting possession, 6 shots on target. Samuel Lino opened the scoring. Pedro closed the scoring also in the first half. And the fullback, Guilherme Varela, was directly involved in the goals, right? We had Leo Pereira. No, actually, Leo Pereira scored the free kick goal at the end of the first half, and Pedro closed the scoring in the second half. Flamengo hadn't scored a free kick goal since 2025, November 25. And here's the thing about opening a portal and all. He's going to close it himself. Leo Pereira himself will close it. He's been practicing free kicks, watching Zico's videos, so everything's going to work out. Look, so Flamengo has some really interesting numbers, okay? Let me share them with you. Hey, did you see this? Isn't it cool? come in and out.
Entre agora e o Botafogo.
With the subway music playing. Between Botafogo, we'll always have Flamengo. It's true, Botafogo is among. Before reaching glory, right, Glorioso, before reaching glory, there's Flamengo. It's impressive, man. That's the funniest thing. And we also had, just to let you know, Botafogo's coach complaining, and we're going to talk about that. Bring in the toothless guy and all. Botafogo's coach complaining about being. He called himself an idiot, right? It's always the coach. Let's listen.
I could explain a lot. I could explain all of that. But man, explaining it to me, man, it doesn't make sense to explain all of that because no matter how much I explain, we lost. So I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot, man, because we lost.
So I'm an idiot because we lost.
When the team loses, the coach is an idiot. So, man, I'm an idiot. That's it.
If I lose today, I'm an idiot. But that's it, man. That's how football is. That's how football is. Now, they're desperate. I'm going to bring it here. They're desperate about Texter. But let's follow Gustavo Machado here. Gustavo Machado, who does the lip reading. He brought an important moment for us to talk about here, which was Barboza cursing at the referee Daronco, arguing with Daronco, and saying that Flamengo was being favored. He didn't want to admit he went for Pedro's leg, nearly breaking it. Look at that. Let's follow along here. Look, you're a coward, Daronco. You're a coward, Daronco. You don't do anything. On that, I agree, right? But he doesn't favor Flamengo, no. Okay? Look at that. That's crazy. Disaster, a disaster. Hand it over to Flamengo. Hand it over to Flamengo.
This is a disaster. It's all a disaster. It's all a disaster. All of this. A disaster.
Cry more. Disaster. Disaster. He'll call you a coward and say, son of a bitch. Disaster.
Don't give a card there. Don't give it, coward Daronco. You never act. Nothing. Disaster. A disaster. Delivered. Flamengo, I saw it.
Disaster. Disaster. A disaster. Hand it to Flamengo.
That's a disaster. A disaster. Say it.
Hand it over to Flamengo. Red card, right? Totally. He went for Pedro's leg and could have broken it if he'd caught him fully. Are you crazy? Disaster. 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 Cry baby. Cry baby. The biggest crybaby in soccer, the toothless one, Barboza. 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 And look, let me bring you an interesting detail here as well. Out of the last 20 matches between Flamengo and Botafogo, Botafogo won 4, Flamengo won 14, and there were 2 draws. Those are overwhelming numbers for Flamengo against Botafogo. And we have the fans, the Botafogo supporter, that one. Nace Channel, right? Nace Channel, Poor Nace Channel, right, man? He abandoned his video crying, man. Look at that. Critic.
Flamenguinho 3 just finished.
Flamenguinho, huh? Botafogo 0, and he calls Flamengo Flamenguinho. 3-0, man. That's it.
That's it. So, John Texter? You damn gringo.
Is it like that?
Are you kidding? Are you making fun of the fans?
Look, this guy's going to get in trouble, huh? Botafogo fans are really upset with John Texton, huh? I'm honestly worried about the guy's safety. These guys aren't used to Brazil. Man, the foreigner comes to invest in Brazil, then starts messing around, and a bunch of people start complaining. People can't handle that, huh? Football in Brazil, Flamengo fans, Botafogo fans, we tease each other, but they're fanatics. The others are talking crazy, man. People take it to heart. Dude, I'm not kidding. Football is life for these people. I know because I've been dealing with this for about 10 years. We've been together for 11 years, right? 11 years. I've been talking about football for about 11 years, guys. Sometimes when I have a wrong opinion, what I go through. It's not just an opinion. The guy is actually doing it at the club. That's dangerous. Getting rid of players. Look at what he said. Look at this.
The fans, the players, the coach. It's not their fault. You sold them off. the squad. 2 months before the Libertadores, before the Brazilian Championship.
Saying that he got rid of, in other words, sold for next to nothing, got rid of Botafogo's players, the squad. He will leave crying. He can't speak. There.
He's a crybaby, right, man? Now I'm going to, this one is good.
This one is good. This one is good.
Pantera, 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 Pantera.
He talks a lot.
Now,
Look.
here, here.
They got off easy.
Desde 2019, o Botafogo ganhou do Flamengo no Newton Santos uma vez! Desde 2019!
É freguês. Easy beats, damn it.
Aí eu tenho que ver o técnico.
Oh my God. Without paying, bro. Without paying, guys.
Botar a mão pro céu e agradecer que tomou de boa.
You got off easy, damn it. You got off easy. You got 3, and that's not much, man. You got something.
A mesma coisa, time sem organização, time sem vontade.
This is really good. Since 2019.
Desde
Since 2019, man.
It's really good to see the guys themselves talking, man. The guy himself, I laugh so hard, man. The Botafogo fan himself saying they haven't beaten Flamengo since 2019, man. 8 years just once. That 4-0, 4-1-1, right? 4-1, which is the same goal difference that Flamengo just scored. 3 now, the same goal difference, 3-0, 4-1. And they liked it. They bragged a lot about it, but damn, they're always getting thrashed. Come on, man, seriously. Man, it's really good. All of this is really good. We get to watch how desperate they get seeing Flamengo like this right now. And like I told you guys, Flamengo is bouncing back. Bouncing back. The most important thing of all is Flamengo bouncing back. Man, this is priceless. Now let's wrap up our video with some information. A lot of information. We've already reacted to it. To the toothless guy, upset, crying. Now we finish by bringing the information about Marcos Leonardo. If you're still here, say, I stayed until the end, Papa. I'm with you until the video ends. Of the premiere, whatever it is. Yeah. Information about a possible striker that Flamengo might sign. Jardim has already made it clear that there are 2 players for each position. There's no desperation. Pedro is recovered. Oh, really? And Flamengo, the squad is under the coach's analysis. I talked to Jose Boto yesterday, and he said that the squad is under the coach's analysis. Flamengo is already talking to some players about renewing their contracts. In Bruno Henrique's case, they're already talking to him about renewing. Regarding Pulgar, Flamengo will evaluate carefully so they don't lose the player. But talking about the signing from Arab football, what's happening? It was confirmed to me that Flamengo's management is monitoring Arab football for signings. And this includes Claudinho, who is one of the names being monitored, and Marcos Leonardo, who is liked by coach Leonardo Jardim, okay? As a possible replacement for Pedro in the system that Felipe Luiz wanted a different type of player, someone with more pressing, unlike Pedro, even though Pedro is doing that with Jardim. Felipe sought a different profile from Pedro, and while Caio Jorge has a different profile, Marcos Leonardo's is closer to Pedro's. As for Leonardo Jardim, he prefers to have an exact substitute, someone similar to Pedro. That's why Marcos Leonardo becomes the priority, or in this case, one of the options Flamengo has to sign. And why might Flamengo consider signing Marcos Leonardo now, for the middle of the year or whenever? Flamengo is monitoring this issue of conflict zones because FIFA allows contract termination in conflict areas, okay? And Marcos Leonardo plays in a place that they are monitoring. Whether you like it or not, there have been some attacks in Qatar, some attacks in Dubai, the Emirates, the Arab world is in a conflict zone. So anything is possible, okay? So they are evaluating this, whether it will happen or not, if it's going to be this way. But Marcos Leonardo's name, as I told you, with Leonardo Jardim is on the agenda. On the other hand, with Felipe Luiz, Felipe preferred other names. It's not that he vetoed Marcos Leonardo, but he preferred other names. With Leonardo Jardim, we might have Marcos Leonardo coming in. It's a name that interests them. It's a name that's also being monitored by Leonardo Jardim, okay? So Flamengo is evaluating these names from the Arab world. Does that mean they'll succeed? Because it's not really a conflict zone. It's not like there's something or another happening there. If there's an escalation, which we hope doesn't happen, but if there is, it might open up that possibility. Anyway, we know that Al Hilal is interested in negotiating a deal for Marcos Leonardo, and Flamengo might end up trying to sign him in the mid-year transfer window, right? That's it. Please follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe, turn on notifications, and like the video. Greetings, red and black fans. This is Flamengo. Thanks.